the objective of this video is to name a soil under the Unified Soil Classification System with dual symbols using a soil grading curve. So all I mean by dual symbols is that the previous two examples we've done have been single symbols like SP or SM, but now our final answer is going to have dual symbols like SW, SM. And we're going to see why in a second. So if we do this example, particle size against percents finer, once again I have drawn the grading curve, which is just plotting corresponding points and connecting them all up. So let's go to our our flowchart. First thing, amount passing through 0.075 millimeters. So we would come to this critical value, and then we would get 0.075, 10% has passed through. If 10% has passed through, 90% has been retained. So 90% of 0.075 millimeters has been retained, which means that we're dealing with a coarse material because 90% of it has particle sizes greater than 0.075 millimeters. So we can come back to our flowchart, and we now know we're going down the coarse branch. Now, of that 90% retained, is the majority of that sand or gravel? Okay, so is the majority sand or gravel? So we see that from our grading curve. So we know that the sand spectrum is for between 0.06 and 2. So we could highlight that region. So let me highlight that in orange. So 0.06 to 2 is up there. And you can actually see in this example, we've got nothing beyond 2 millimeters. So there's 2, which is where the gravel starts. And we have nothing beyond 2, which means that everything above 90%, everything above 0.075 is only sand. So the majority of that is sand, which means we're coming down the S branch, the sand branch. Now, of the percents fine, of the percents less than 0.075, how much do we have? So if we come back to our table, we can see that we have 10% which has passed through 0.075, which means we're going to be coming down this branch because it's 10% is between 5 and 12. So we've seen these two, now we're looking at this branch. Now this branch says it's W or P and M or C, and that tells us we need to do both of these cases. So we need to look at both this branch and this branch because our percents finer is between 5 and 12%. So let's first do these two branches. So we know how to do this already from the previous two videos, but let's just do them. So W or P. We need to know the C subscript U term and the C subscript C term. So we remember that C subscript C is equal to D subscript 30 squared on D subscript 60 by D subscript 10, and C subscript U was D60 on D10. So we need to go find those, and we found these values from our grading curve. So if you remember, we went for D60, we went to 60%, we came across to our curve, and we came down, say to this value there, which is around 0.21. So that was D60. So we can say that D60 is equal to 0.21. Let's do D30 next. So we would come at 30%, we would draw across, and then we would come down, and we would say get around there, which is around say 0.13. Okay, so D30 is 0.13, and D10 finally, we would come at 10%, we would see that it hits that value, we would come down, and in this case it's actually 0.075, and you can see that from the table at 10% it's 0.075. So D10 is 0.075. This will now allow us to calculate these values. If we were to do C subscript C, we would get D30 squared, which is 0.13 squared, divided by D60, which is 0.21, by D10, which is 0.075, and we'd get an answer of 1.07. C subscript U would equal 0.21, which was D60, divided by D10, which is 0.075, and we'd get an answer of 2.8. So now we have to look at these values in relation to our flowchart. So CU must be greater than 6. CU is 2.8, so it's not greater than 6. So straight away we have to go to our other curve. If we were just to look at the other value, CC is between 1 and 3, and our CC is between 1 and 3. So that works, but this one is incorrect, which means we're coming down this else branch. Okay? So if we come down the else branch, we've picked up a P. So far, we can define our soil as an SP. So we have SP, SP. Now we need to see whether it's an SPSM or an SPSC. So we need to look at this M or C branch. So from this, we know that we have so far picked up a P. Now, for the next branch, the M or the C, we know that we have to go up to our plasticity chart. Okay? And we know that for the plasticity chart, we need the liquid limit and the plasticity index. So the liquid limit in our question has been given to us as 41, and the plastic limit is 16. Okay, so liquid limit 41, plastic limit 16, which means we can work out our plasticity index as 41 minus 16, which is the liquid limit minus the plastic limit. That would give us an answer of 25. So we can then come to our plasticity chart. So we have 41 and 25. So 41 is around there, and 25 is up here. Okay, so we're in this region. And remember I said in the previous video that when we're defining a coarse material, we just take the C or the M. We don't need to worry about both letters. So we're in this region, which means we're taking a C. So we know that the second letter we take is a C. Okay, so we have P and C, and we can see that our final answer has dual symbols with S before both of them. So we can define our soil as an SPSC. So this answer has dual symbols, where we picked up the S at this stage, and we picked up the P down here, and we picked up the C down from the plasticity chart. Okay, so just to quickly revise, the new thing we learned here was that when you were between 5 and 12%, we had to look at both W or P and M or C, and we get dual symbols such that our final answer will look like SPSC. Just a quick note, for the gravel, I haven't done any gravel examples, but it's the exact same process. Okay, the only difference is you pick up a G instead of an S, but everything down here is exactly the same as everything down here. The only difference is that CU is greater than 4, whereas the sand, CU is greater than 6. The CC range is the exact same. And this process is the exact same. Okay? So the only difference is you'll pick up a G instead of an S. So we'll get answers which look the exact same. So GW or SW, except you've got a G at the front. Or if you have dual symbols, GPGC or SPSC. So the only thing that's changed is that G. Anyway guys, hope that helps.